Welcome to Ouray, Colorado. This is one of our absolute favorite mountain towns in Colorado. Tucked between massive mountains on all sides, this old mining town has some of the most dramatic scenery anywhere in Colorado. Ouray is super popular for off-roading. Like, I think it might be the Jeep capital of the US. And it's also known for rock climbing and ice climbing, hot springs, hiking, and lots more.
Hi, we're Jake and Emily, the two roaming souls. We're experienced travelers who make helpful guides about the world's best destinations. But our videos aren't really about us. They're about helping you get the most out of your travels. So let's get into our top 10 things to do in Ouray, Colorado.
Drive the $1 Million Highway. This is simply one of the most spectacularly scenic stretches of road in the entire nation. A daring feat of engineering that carves its way up through the San Juan Mountains. The $1 Million Highway, or Route 550, winds 25 miles, connecting Ouray to Silverton. The road got its name from the construction costs averaging nearly $1 million per mile, which apparently didn't include any budget for guardrails. It's known for a lot of steep grades, sharp corners, and nerve-wracking drop-offs. So everyone should exercise caution and good judgment, but especially larger vehicles and trailers. The road passes many waterfalls, old mining towns, deep gorges, viewpoints, and alpine meadows. While you will see plenty of spectacular sights right from your car window, here are some of our favorite easy pit stops in order, starting from Ouray. Switzerland of America Lookout Point. Right at the beginning, there's a nice roadside viewpoint of the town of Ouray. Bear Creek Falls, a waterfall that shoots out right under the suspended highway and has a great viewpoint deck. Crystal Lake. Right where the road begins to flatten out into a stunning valley, this lake is a great spot for photos, especially of the red-colored mountains. Ironton Town Site, a mining ghost town with several old buildings and mining equipment. The Idorado Mine and Yankee Girl Mine, another great viewpoint to appreciate the old mining buildings. And finally, Silverton, Colorado, is a mountain town that seems almost frozen in time. So remote and hard to reach that it maintains that old mining town energy. It's a good place, well, maybe the only place, to fuel up on gas and food during the journey. While Silverton is technically the end of the $1 Million Highway, the next 48 miles towards Durango are also incredibly beautiful as well. And venturing beyond the highway itself, many of the best attractions near Ouray are accessible via this road, like world-class hiking and biking trails, camping, and some of the most intense 4x4 roads. The $1 Million Highway closes in the winter, usually open between Memorial Day and mid-October, so always check ahead for road conditions and warnings. And there are no amenities between Ouray and Silverton, so bring plenty of water, snacks, and warm clothing in case you break down.
Box Canyon Falls Park. Box Canyon is a stunning display of the power of water as Canyon Creek continuously carves a deep gorge into the rock, with the main highlight being Box Canyon Falls. You can't miss the Box Canyon sign right at the edge of town, especially when illuminated at night. And like many before, if you're curious why the word canyon is misspelled, it stems from the Spanish spelling that was most common when the sign was first erected in 1909. But the lack of a tilde over the N still raises questions that I couldn't find the answer to. The park provides metal walkways and stairs that allow visitors to easily access this rugged canyon and get close to the falls. This double falls is one of the most mysterious waterfalls you will see. While it's hard to get a complete view of the entire waterfall, I love how much you really feel its power. As it descends through narrow passages in the rocks, it creates a thunderous roar, filling the cavity with mist. Below the falls, there is some leftover mining equipment that remains in the canyon. Outside of the canyon, there is a short nature trail loop with great views, or an upper trail that connects to the perimeter trail, a popular 5.7-mile hike that circumnavigates the entire town of Ouray. It's a steep quarter-mile trail with lots of steps to get up to the top of the canyon, where you can access a metal bridge and a tunnel in the rocks. Again, you don't really get any views of the falls here, but it's an excellent place to admire the views and learn about the millions of years of history that's visible in the layers of rock.
Ouray Hot Springs. Stop by the Ouray Hot Springs to soak your body while soaking in the views. This park has many different pools and hot springs fed by mineral-rich, geothermally heated water. And there's so much space that you're never struggling to find a place to enjoy the water. The pools are heated to a comfortable temperature, and the temperature of the hot springs increases each tier from about 88 degrees to 106 degrees Fahrenheit. There are fun activities for kids like water slides and a floating dock, but also an 18+ adults-only area, where you can separate yourself a little bit if you want. But one common complaint is that towel rentals are an additional $10, so just plan ahead and bring your own if you can. And there are free showers to clean up after you're finished. Admission is good for an entire day, so you can come swim in the pools during the day and come back for a late evening soak to cap off a perfect day. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, give us a like to help our channel grow. Thanks.
Go off-roading. Ouray is without a doubt one of the best places to go off-roading in the US. There are loads of Jeep and OHV trails with spectacular scenery, from mellow Forest Service roads all the way up to death-defying mountain passes. Like a stock Jeep Wrangler is not going to cut it on some of these 4x4 roads around here, so you need to be cautious and well-informed when choosing where to drive. Check with local rental companies for trail conditions and advice. Or if you understandably don't want to do these roads in your personal vehicle, you can rent Jeeps, side-by-sides, and more. Or if you don't want to drive these roads yourself, you can join a tour. We'll link to some recommended guided tours in the description below. One of the best easy Class 1 routes is Last Dollar Road. It can be driven by most four-wheel drive SUVs. A few excellent intermediate routes are Yankee Boy Basin, Governor's Basin, and Ophir Pass. And the most extreme route in the area is Black Bear Pass. But seriously, that's not a challenge to all the macho men out there to go drive this pass. It should only be attempted by experienced drivers in a group and with only the most capable off-road rigs.
Lower Cascade Falls. This is another easy to access waterfall just at the edge of town, and it's free to visit, but the dirt road up to the trailhead is very steep, even for vehicles. The short but steep 0.3-mile trail takes you up to the base of Lower Cascade Falls. It descends over 200 feet, making it one of the tallest waterfalls I know in Colorado. There's actually a series of other waterfalls above the lower falls, but this is really the only one you can see from here, as the rest are blocked by the cliffs above. You can also access this falls via the perimeter trail we mentioned earlier, and hopping onto the perimeter trail for a few switchbacks allows you to hike the narrow ledge under the falls, but just be careful as it's really narrow and slippery and has no guardrails.
The Ouray Brewery. This is our favorite place in town to enjoy a drink with a view. The rooftop patio is just an incredible spot with panoramic views. Oh, and good for people watching too. I'll be honest, the beer variety and taste never really blows us away here, with usually only just a couple of different offerings, but the ambiance more than makes up for it. So you can bet we're still coming here every time we're in town. They also have a decent pub menu with burgers, sandwiches, and other appetizers. A couple other rooftop places to check out are the Thai Chili Rooftop for delicious Thai food and Gold Belt for pizza.
Hike to a blue lake. The San Juan Mountains have some of the most stunning blue alpine lake hikes. Our top 3 hikes are Ice Lake and Island Lake, Blue Lakes, and Columbine Lake. These trails are typically open from mid-June to October, depending on snow, and they're all challenging hikes at high elevation. But they're also some of the busiest trails in Colorado, and probably on the verge of going to permit systems. So prepare for lots of people pretty much all summer long, especially on peak weekends. For the best experience, we recommend starting early and going on weekdays if possible. Plus, generally the mornings is your best chance for sunshine that just makes the colors pop. Ice Lake and Island Lake is our favorite because you get 2 stunning lakes in one hike. I hate to make this trail any more crowded than it already is, but simply put, I think it's the most beautiful hike in Colorado. You will think it looks fake, but the water is actually that color, just mesmerizing. I recommend doing the loop counterclockwise because it's harder to descend on the Island Lake side, and a short hike up the pass just above Island Lake yields the most incredible views. Blue Lakes hike also has 3 stunning blue lakes and is another really popular trail near Ouray. And Columbine Lake is yet another stunning blue lake, and definitely the least popular of these trails. So for fewer people, this is a great option. But be warned, it is such a steep trail. I feel like my heels barely touch the ground on the way up. These fragile areas are constantly under threat of overuse and degradation. So as always, but especially important on such popular trails, is to leave no trace. That means packing out everything you bring in. All trash, food scraps, dog poop, and even human poop. So use the bathrooms at the trailhead or bring a wag bag. And always stay on existing trails, especially in the high alpine meadows. Some other important tips are bringing plenty of water, snacks, and layers, because you'll be on the trail for at least 4 hours. And while you can swim in the lakes, they are freezing, so it's more like a polar plunge.
Visit a coffee shop. Our two favorites are the Ouray Ice House and Yankee Girl Cafe. The Ouray Ice House is a quick counter-service cafe, known for its coffee, mini donuts, and ice cream. And you're likely to be served by the super friendly owners themselves. And the Yankee Girl Cafe is a sit-down breakfast spot and a great place to fill up before a big day of adventure. Their Tommy Knocker is a breakfast sandwich with the cheese cooked to golden brown perfection on the flat top. Very yummy.
Red Mountain number 3. Remember those beautiful red mountains from the $1 Million Highway? Well, this challenging hike lets you experience those stunning mountains up close. It climbs to the summit of Red Mountain number 3, where you're surrounded by these red-topped mountains. Their heavy iron content is what makes them so red, and coupled with former mining activity, it's what makes the river run yellow. And you can see lots of old mining buildings along the trail. The trailhead begins at the highest point on the $1 Million Highway, near the Black Bear Pass trailhead. You can actually drive up Forest Road 825 to start the hike a little higher and cut off a half mile each way.
Okay, so we made it up to the parking lot.
For the record, there really isn't much parking here. Better off just hiking from the bottom. It wasn't that far.
Good exercise. The rest of the hike, you actually go onto private property, but it does say hikers, skiers, cyclists welcome. So you just gotta leave no trace and just be respectful of the land.
One nice thing about the trail is that it's practically a road the entire time, and it's closed off to vehicles. And from the summit, the views are just incredible. Check out our travel vlog of this hike in the top right or in the description below.
Climb Mount Sneffles. If you're really up for the challenge, summiting a 14er in Colorado is a bucket list accomplishment for many. And Mount Sneffles near Ouray is definitely one of the most rugged and challenging, but totally rewarding 14ers to hike. Even though Jake and I are pretty fit and experienced hikers, we are not peak baggers or climbers by any means. And this hike really kicked our butts. The last half mile involves class 2 and 3 scrambling over lots of loose rock with exposure. At times, it felt like you could practically fall off the mountain. And even getting to the trailhead can be difficult depending on the vehicle you have. But there's definitely something so rewarding about standing on the top of one of the tallest mountains in the country. And Mount Sneffles in particular is surrounded by incredible scenery. There are two main ways to summit Mount Sneffles. The shortest way is around 5.5 miles, going up through Yankee Boy Basin, and the much longer way includes doing the aforementioned Blue Lakes Trail and continuing to the summit from there. This route is 13 miles and is recommended as a backpacking route, rather than a day hike.
Thanks for coming along on another Two Roaming Souls adventure. For even more information about Ouray and other Colorado destinations, head over to our blog, tworoamingsouls.com. Subscribe to this channel for more helpful videos, and we'll catch you on the next one.